Namaskar. Today, I, Pratibha Chaudhary, Additional Director, Publicity, Directorate of Public Relations, Publications and Publicity, CBDT, New Delhi, welcome you to another episode in this special Samvaad Series on the new income tax forms. Committed to enhancing the ease of compliance for taxpayers and streamlining processes, the Income Tax Department has introduced, as part of this endeavor, new and simplified forms under the Income Tax Rules 2026, which would be operative from 1st of April 2026 onwards. The simplified forms will benefit all stakeholders and will help in fostering a more efficient and compliant tax ecosystem. Though all forms have undergone the above mentioned changes for the purpose of this taxpayer information series, we have taken key forms that have been found to either most frequently used forms or the forms which have undergone business process reengineering. In this episode, we shall be discussing about the form for submitting audit report of accounts of registered non-profit organizations. To explain the changes that have been made in this form, we have with us here today Shri Anurag Sahay sir, IRS, presently posted as Chief Commissioner Income Tax, Central, Delhi. Sir is an officer of the Indian Revenue Service of the 1991 batch, having experience of more than 35 years across many verticals. Sir was core member of the drafting committee of the Income Tax Rules Forms 2026. Sir was instrumental in drafting of this new form and has added his 35 years of experience in simplifying the form for ease of all stakeholders. Namaskar, sir. Thank you for joining us today in this special series of Samvaad. Today's episode is focusing on audit report of accounts of registered non-profit organization. It is our honor and extreme pleasure, sir, to have you in our recording studio today. Sir, the Income Tax Department has introduced simplified tax forms under the Income Tax Act 2025. Could you briefly explain the objective behind this initiative?
Certainly. The simplified tax forms introduced under the Income Tax Act 2025, effective from 1st April 2026, are aimed at enhancing ease of compliance, transparency, and accuracy. By using simpler language, standardized formats, pre-filled data, and technology-enabled validations, the department seeks to reduce errors, lower compliance costs, and make the overall filing experience smoother for taxpayers and tax professionals.
Sir, though all forms under Income Tax Rules 2026 are important, can you please tell our viewers what importance this form holds for them?
Yes, this form is an essential compliance form for the non-profit sector. Viewers will note that this form replaces the erstwhile forms numbers 10B and 10BB and serves as the audit report of the accounts of registered non-profit organizations. Given that over 2.5 lakhs such forms are filed every year, simplifying and unifying this audit form was essential to reduce complexity and enhance ease of compliance.
Sir, could you explain the purpose of this form?
This form is a statutory audit report of the accounts of a registered non-profit organization for the tax year as mandated under Section 348 of the Income Tax Act 2025. It is required to be furnished electronically through the e-filing portal by the auditor and captures essential audited financial information and other statutory disclosures in a structured and a standardized manner.
Sir, kindly tell our viewers who is required to file this form.
any registered non-profit organization whose total income before giving effect to the provisions of Chapter 17B of the Income Tax Act 2025, that is the chapter on registered non-profit organizations, when it exceeds the maximum amount not chargeable to tax in any tax year, is required to get its account audited by a chartered accountant and furnish the audit report electronically in this form through the e-filing portal.
Sir, earlier we had two forms for audit report, Form 10B and Form 10BB. Does integration of these two into a single form make it simple?
Yes, it does. The simplicity is in the design of the new form. Part A of the form asks certain basic questions from the auditee non-profit organization regarding the extent of the regular income, receipt of foreign contributions, and application of income outside India during the relevant tax year. Based on the responses, the smart form is able to decide whether the auditee is a small registered non-profit organization or a large registered non-profit organization. And accordingly, the relevant columns in Part B of the form open up for data input. While designing the form, we have ensured that the compliance requirement for small registered NPOs are simple, and the schedule-based details in the audit forms are mostly required from large registered NPOs. It would not be out of place for me to mention here that the small registered NPOs with regular income of less than rupees 5 crores constitute over 95% of the total registered NPOs with the Income Tax Department. And these smaller NPOs will definitely find this audit report easy and simple to comply with.
Sir, could you explain the structure of the new form?
Yes, this form has a clear and well-defined structure consisting of a certificate of the chartered accountant confirming the audit and annexures containing statement of particulars of audited accounts, which include Part A, personal information such as permanent account number, name, tax year, registered and other addresses, regular income under Section 335, foreign contributions if any, and application of income outside India if applicable. The Part B consists of other information which contains detailed financial and audit related information arranged in structured rows and supported by relevant schedules. The note section placed at the end of the form provide clarifications to guide correct reporting. This structured layout ensures consistency and ease of understanding.
Sir, what is the periodicity and due date for filing of this form?
This form is required to be filed annually for each tax year. The due date for filing the form will be notified shortly and is likely to be 30th September following the relevant tax year.
Sir, what documents are required for filing this form?
The following documents are required while filing this form. Number 1, instrument, deed or modification deed. Number 2, registration or approval documents. Number 3, audited financial statements for the relevant tax year. Number 4, filed forms such as statement of particulars filed by reporting persons wherever applicable. Number 5, FCRA returns or statements if foreign contribution is involved. Details of TDS, TCS credits on the PAN of the person and TDS returns filed by the person. These documents support the accuracy and completeness of the audit report.
Sir, what are the key features of the newly simplified form?
Some of the key features include a smart unified form with conditional logic that dynamically enables or disables schedules based on the type of organization. System-driven pre-filing of data from the income tax return with built-in validation and reconciliation checks. These changes make the form cleaner, clearer, and more efficient.
Sir, how do these changes benefit non-profit organizations and auditors?
The benefits of the new form are significant. Introduction of a single unified audit form replacing multiple legacy forms. Reduced errors, mismatches, and grievances due to pre-filed data and system validations. A dynamic form design that adapts reporting requirements based on the size of the organization. Improved clarity due to standardized terminology and formats. And finally, an overall reduction in compliance burden for both small as well as large non-profit organizations and the auditors.
Sir, what message would you like to give to non-profit organizations regarding this form? Also, sir, please tell our viewers whether this new form would be applicable for FY 2025-26.
Let me answer your second question first. This new form is relevant to the Income Tax Act 2025. The Income Tax Act 2025 comes into effect from 1st April 2026, and the first completed tax year under the new act will be tax year 2026-27. The audit report in this new form will have to be filed at the date shortly to be notified in the Income Tax Rules 2026, and most likely is to be September 30th of the year following the relevant tax year. I would encourage all eligible non-profit organizations to take advantage of this new simplified form. The new form represents a major step towards a technology-driven, taxpayer-friendly compliance ecosystem for the non-profit sector. We have included detailed guidance note to enhance ease of compliance. I would once again encourage all registered non-profit organizations and auditors to familiarize themselves with this simplified and unified form, as it will ensure smoother filings, faster validations, and greater transparency in audit reporting.
Thank you, sir, for coming today and taking time from your busy schedule. And this was my last question, sir. Thank you once again, sir. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Namaskar, Jai Hind.